Okay, so we're back talking about what is functional medicine again. So if you remember, the last slide that I showed you last time was basically, in the end, people come in with these things, right? They come in with weight gain, they come in with fatigue, they come in with autoimmune conditions, etc. There's some breakdown of the body systems. That breakdown happens through certain physiological damaging processes, and then these damaging processes happen because there's some underlying root cause. Okay, so how do we get to the bottom of this? Well, in general, in functional medicine, what we're going to do is we're going to use what they call the functional medicine timeline. Okay, so we're going to plot out basically your entire life's history, figure out where potential triggering events happen. We're going to look at antecedents. We're going to look at triggers, and we're going to look at mediators. And then we're going to then plot that onto what they call the functional medicine matrix. The functional medicine matrix helps us understand and organize, all the things that are going on with you. And so, even after we kind of figure out where your antecedents, triggers, and mediators are, and where these kind of plot in on here, then we can start to look at modifiable personal lifestyle factors. And this is kind of the crux of functional medicine. Now, this is what it would maybe look like. And this is an example that I got when I was going through the IFM. That it may look like when it's all completed. This is just a random one for GI, the usual suspects. But you can see that maybe poor diet quality or poor sleep quality, sleep deficit, overtraining, sedentary, whatever, poor diet, excessive caffeine use. These are just examples of how people end up having issues. And so what I do in our practice in Integra is we use a company that was created that allows us to have these cool things all electronically, and we call that the living matrix. So one of the first things we'll do in our workup is after the free consult that we do, we generally send the living matrix, and this generally takes depending on how sick you are, anywhere from an hour to figure out, and it'll give us a nice little printout like this. Generally, what I've seen in my practice is that people will have somewhere between 20 and 30 pages of information that I have to sift through, once it's completed, and then that gives us a good head start on where we need to go in terms of the workup, and etc. And so, when we think about what a functional medicine plan looks like, if you can remember, these modifiable risk factors, nutrition, stress, relationships, exercise, movement, sleep, etc. We use a combination of food as medicine. We wholeheartedly believe that here at Integra, and we use food as medicine as a first line therapy. We use exercise, yoga, weightlifting, resistance training, etc. We want to make sure that you're sleeping well, making sure you're relaxed, and then we generally will have tailored supplement programs for people, using high quality nutraceuticals, giving your body what it needs to overcome the barrier, and to progress toward the healthy system. And when necessary, as I am an MD, we can prescribe medications when absolutely necessary. So that's generally what we do. Coming attractions for us is going to be things like photobiomodulation or PEMF. So photobiomodulation is the use of infrared, red light, to stimulate mitochondrial function, reduce inflammation. I mean, there's the studies on this modality in by itself is unbelievable. PEMF stands for pulse electromagnetic field therapy. Basically, this person is sitting on a pad that is shooting electromagnets through them, which helps with mitochondrial function, helps with pain, helps with bone healing, etc. I mean, there's all kinds of things, and so we use specific modalities to help the body overcome the barriers so that you can be your best self. That's what we do.